Hi friends, it's Nancy. It's Saturday evening and I have a thrift haul to share. This is mostly, well, this part is going to be all junk journal related. So we'll start with paper and move on to books, and then I'll show you the textiles and stuff that I got. So I went to the thrift store that you pay by the pound. So most of the paper, books and stuff, I think is 88 cents a pound, and then I think clothes is $1.88 a pound or something like that. I can't remember. Anyways, a photography studio must have gone out of business or something, because there was a ton of brand new photo albums and cards that you put photos in and all kinds of stuff like that. I didn't get any of those, but I did get these like folders to put a photo in. I liked the design, and I thought, well, this is a good size for going in a journal, and then something could be put in the cutout. So I got, I don't know, a dozen of those or so. Got these teeny tiny little envelopes. Well, it's kind of yucky, but they are like 2.5 inches by 3 3/4. So I got quite a few of those. That's just some brads. These are recipe cards, and I got these envelopes that have the window in it. So it's not a business size envelope. It's like 6.5 by 3 3/4, which is a nice size too. So I probably got a dozen of those, and some airmail envelopes. And look at these little ornaments, aren't they cute? Not sure how well they're showing up. Maybe I should turn the other lamp on. Let's turn the other lamp on. And maybe that's showing up a little better. So I thought those would make nice charms. And here's one of those old-fashioned bulldog, and it actually says Bulldog Made in England on it. I don't know if that's coming in. There's some Valentine envelopes. No Valentines. Oh, this one says to Steph. I guess I'll throw that one out. But here's an envelope that has some hearts on it. Here's some stickers, some heart stickers. And there was also a little bit of stationery, and it's very, it's cream linen sort of texture. So those were all great finds for next to nothing. Throw you out. You're yucky. You're a yucky envelope. I got these Wally's wallpaper cutouts. I paid 50 cents for these at a different thrift store. So they're all kind of pink and orange color, coral colors. I got these tallies. Those were $1. And I got this bridge score pad. It was also $1, I believe. Got this package of blue and a package of pink Rolodex cards. They were 50 cents each. I got this little package of flashcards. They were 50 cents. And this, I loved these. These are book plates for books. The big butterfly. They have to be glued in. So that was fun. A little more than I wanted to pay for them, but I'll never find them again, so what the heck. And there's a lot in there. I think there's, doesn't say. It says there's 50. I don't know if there's 50 in there or not, but found this old pattern, a simplicity pattern that has patterns for making little sachets, and the iron-on is still in there. 1946. It says the transfer can be used anywhere. So the envelope is not in terrific shape, but I can repair it. And I probably shouldn't have paid 50 cents for it, but again, I've never seen this before. This was at the Weigh and Pay store, so I was kind of confused by the title. It said The Story of Honey. And then I opened it up, and it's a little booklet from Bee Kissed Honey. I hope that's coming in all right. I thought the image was adorable, and it talks about the history of bunny. It's got honey, not bunny. It has these little cartoon images of bees. A little story about Betty Bee. Yeah. So I thought that was fun. The Honey Castle. So it doesn't have a date on it, but looked like it had some age. I went to this little thrift store in Stratford. It's Thrift in the Alley or something like that. It's in the back of a church, and I've only been there once before, but I got this book for $1, and I got it because I liked the illustrations in it. So it has these cute little kittens, and these are like woodcut, I guess. Maybe here's a whole thing about water, and then at the front is all Alice in Wonderland. So for $1, that's fun. This was at the Pay by the Pound. So these are all British Embroidery Guild books for church stuff. So this was 1965. This one is 1961, and this one doesn't have a date. And this one is about the coronation. So this would be early 50s. But look at this little map. It's not really vellum. It's hard to really describe. I thought it was really funky. And these aren't photographs, they're drawings, or they're art. Here's Prince Charles. So the images are just really nice in here. There's some photos in there. Sort of. Oh, they're there at the Calgary Stampede. Cool. This photograph album, it was free. There was a bin that said free. I'll just take the pages out and use them in signatures. This is a bigger package of Rolodex cards than the pink and yellow ones. This is a book I paid $1 for. It was, it's all at the seashore. It says first published 1964, but I don't know when this one was actually published. So there's some interesting pictures in there. Got this book. It's not vintage or anything, but I want to make a strawberry journal. So this book was called Strawberry Fields, and it's green and red, so I thought that's perfect. And it says Strawberry Fields on the spine. So, and it feels like it's never been read, like the pages aren't bent. 2007. Look at this! Paid $1 for it. So it's not an Edith Holden book. It's a biography of Edith Holden, but it still has art in it. Postcards that she did. Here's some drawings from her books that we're all familiar with. So I paid $1 for this, which is great. I think this is the third one I have. Yeah, I have 3 now. I haven't used any of them yet, but I'm still gathering them. So that looks like a page we'd be familiar with as junk journaler. Oh, look at the dragonfly. So this was, oh, it says, it's interesting to compare to Nature Notes for July. Page 87. But there's horses and sheep and look at those birds. So, portraits. Look at that squirrel. So this is worth keeping an eye out for. Lots of illustrations. Yeah. This is writing paper. It's it looks like mulberry paper-ish. Ooh, it feels nice. So the front side has petals and little green things. Somebody folded this one. These envelopes don't match though. These are purple, those ones are pink. But these are awesome envelopes. Look, they're sort of like a policy envelope style. With the, it's not, it doesn't have any gum on it or anything. It's no adhesive. So that's fun. I can use that. I got this book. Still in its box. And it has gorgeous pictures of roses in it. I can totally fussy cut those roses. And art. And poetry. Look at the yellow ones. So that will be fun. That's a nice picture. I like that. $19.95. This is a little golden book. I haven't seen this title before. It's called Nursery Songs. Let's look for a date. Copyright is 1959. This is the 1976. Look at the contents page. Isn't that beautiful? Who's the artist? Adriana Mazza Saviozzi. Look at that. I love this. Lavender's blue. beautiful. Nah, look at the kitty. This is really nice. I didn't really look at it, I just grabbed it because it was an unusual one that I hadn't seen before. Paid 50 cents for that. This one is called Forest Hotel. Again, it's not one that I'm familiar with, but it had a bunny on it. 1977. And it's in really good shape. So it's a counting book. So they got 8 otters and 7 birds, and 6 penguins. That's fun. I like that. Got some vintage books. This one is beautiful. It's just a little one. 4.5 by 6.5. About that. 6 3/4. And this was 1914. The Pink Sash. I think that's the only illustration. Yeah. But it's a story for little girls. I love it. This one is, it says 1916. Oh, this was for Thelma Balls too. That one was to Thelma Balls from Miss King. This one is Thelma Balls for Diligence and Regularity. 1916. Grandmother Elsie. So it's in very nice shape. I like the daffodils. This one is called Gwendolyn. Thelma Balls. 1918. Oh, look at that front page. Very nice. Looks like there's maybe a few more illustrations in here. Not color ones, but... Oh, another color one. Huh. But some black and white ones. Very nice. That's fun. Well, Thelma Balls, you must have been a very good girl at school. I love that all of these are over 100 years old. I thought I had another one. Oh, there it is. I got this one too because I like the cover. All 4 of the covers are decorated, which is why I picked them out. Gladys Glen Ball. Huh? Could be the same family. I don't see a date anywhere, but I imagine they're sort of same vintage. Got this little golden book. I've never seen this title. Again, this is in excellent shape. It's 1990. I got this Frosty. I already have a Frosty. I got this one because it's green. My other Frosty is blue. This was 50 cents. It's the exact same story and the same illustrations. 1971. And it's in nice shape too. I told you I didn't need any more ledgers, but this one was a quarter because blue tags were 75% off. I think I'll take that upstairs and coffee dye that. This one was 12 cents. I got a bunch of... Oh, this one isn't in Ideals. This is a Century of Cooking, and I liked it because the advertisements in it. Not seeing a date. Oh, 1978. But it had some fun images. 50 cents. And then I got a bunch of these old Ideals. This is 1961. $19.59. $19.70. $19.70. $19.65. Fireside Ideals. Oh, there's a Valentine. My Valentine. Nice. I didn't bother looking. But I always like to grab these when I can because they're such great illustrations. And none of these are holiday. This is Candle Glow. 1972. And the last one was Neighborly Ideals. 1971. Speaking of neighbors, oh my god. We have a neighbor next door, and his wife died a couple years ago. And he had a stroke last February. He had been working. I just found out tonight he's 78. He's going to be 79 in May. But he had a stroke last February, so they took his license away, and he knows I'm a social worker, so he wanted to talk to me about how he might be able to get some funding to get a scooter for transportation. So he asked me to come over. Isn't this baby beautiful? 1961. Anyway, so I went over and we had a 10-minute chat, and I said, okay, well, let me know if you need anything. And he grabbed my hand, pulled me in, and kissed me. Oh, he just makes me so sad. This was at the By the Pound store. This is just a piece of muslin. There's some rickrack. This one had pink rickrack on it. I don't have any pink rickrack. I was looking for pink rickrack. I had this one poor sad label. And these crystals can be stitched on. There's a little cross. I don't know if this is going to show up or not, but there's a little cross channel on the back of the crystal so they can be stitched in. There's 2 sizes. That was fun. Oh, look at this old piece of thing. So I think this is Swedish. And it's a little hook and eyes. I'm going to take them off and see what I can do to repair this piece of paper. I love it. There's a whole lot of eyelets And this ribbon, I liked this ribbon a lot. It's black, and it's stapled, but it's beautiful. I thought that's going to make nice little ties for tags and stuff. So I didn't pay 50 cents for it. This was by the pound, and so were these little guys. I've got this little paper tape measure, which will be fun, and this button card. I'll have to take the buttons off, they're gross, but the card itself looks like 1930s, so there's a lot of fun in there. Got this package of blue lace, and a couple of buttons. I liked this charm, so that's why I grabbed that. And there's not much on here that I would use, but you know, those are neutral. Alright, then I got these vintage quilt pieces, and again, blue tags were 75% off, so this was at a different thrift store. So it's got this grandmother's flower, and here's a oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called. It's a plate. Can't remember what it's called. Something plate. A couple of stars, and then this is a bigger grandmother's flower, and then this is just a patch. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I can't really think of what I'll do with the star particularly, but goodness gracious, what is this called? It starts with a D. I feel like it starts with a D. Duh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I thought that those were fun for $1. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite find of the day. So this was 50 cents, and it has these vintage pieces that are stitched to old paper for English paper piecing. Just scraps of paper. I'm wondering if, like, you can tell they're old because the paper's old. Anyway, this is my favorite find of the day. It's from the Toronto Star. It looks like a feather. Yeah, it was a feather. Anyway, this blew me away. So I've got a few ideas for that. And then also inside there were these little pieces of feed sack fabrics that are all 2 inches by 2 3/4. So they're just the right size to make little tabs or I hope this isn't boring to you. I love looking at old fabric. Look at that one. That's gorgeous. Those are going to be fun. These are going on the top of my pile of things to do. I paid 50 cents for this bag. I got this Sizzix die, so that'll be fun. Got this. This was 25 cents for that doily. These doilies were 25 cents. I got this crocheted trim for 50 cents. And it's really fine crochet. Oh, there's a pin in there. Variegated pink. There's two pieces, and they're both about, that one's about 40 inches. That one's about 40 inches. So maybe somebody wanted to put this on a pillow or something. I don't know. This was a quarter. I liked the little hearts, so I'm gonna try, I'll take the netting off of the edge and make it flat. I don't care about that so much. Here's another piece of, this was 50 cents. Crochet trim, so this is also pillowcase lace. And it needs to be ironed. But it looks like hearts. So I'll have to do those up. These bags were each 50 cents and they're just buttons. I had enough buttons, but I can't help it. Especially the pink ones. I have a weakness for pink. Look at, and these are mostly, oh, look at these beauties. They're just little itty bitties. What does this say? Oh, it doesn't say. It says something, but I can't read it. I don't know. So these ones are, oh, look at that. Those are gorgeous. So I couldn't resist all of these buttons for 50 cents. This is from a thrift store in Milverton, which I like going to, but it's quite a distance, so I don't get there very often. But there's a bakery there. It's called Gunther's, and it's been there since 1894. And when you open up the front door, you are stepping into 1894. It is incredible. And they make the best multi-grain bread. You would... Oh, there's some more pink. There's some more baby pink too. The bread, I don't mind driving there just for the bread. But it's nice that there's a little vintage, or not vintage, little thrift store too. This is plastic lace, and I thought I'd try like using it as a stencil. There's quite a lot there. I'm gonna try using it as a stencil, see how it works. I got this doily. It was a quarter. Got this bag of buttons because, you know, I think it was because of this card. Look at the size of this card. It says made in Japan. 10 buttons. So the card itself is almost 6 inches long by 4. There's some nail heads. That's interesting. Look at these itty bitties. Funtastics. Oh, I always like it when I find something that has Singer on it because my last name is Singer. So I'll probably take those ugly buttons off and use that in something. What the heck is this? Well, that's fun. Okay, we are getting to the end of it. Oh my gosh, I gotta show you this. I've wrecked my son because it's his birthday today. He's 29 and he lives out in Halifax, so we were FaceTiming with him. I said, oh, you gotta see what I got at the thrift store today. It's a vajazzler. So he was mortified that his mother had vajazzling. Look, it says, your vajazzling pattern should last a few days depending on clothing and activity. So this was at the by the pound store, so maybe, I don't know, I paid a nickel for it. But it's Swarovski, I don't know how to say it. Crystals. So I might be able to use that in the junk journal. I got this ribbon. I thought it was fun. It has all kinds of little fruits on it. Lemons and oranges and strawberries. I thought that was really cute. Oh, and I got this old lace. This was again at the by the pound store. And there was a lady there with me, and I said, she says, if you don't mind looking, you can always find a treasure. And I said, I think I found the treasure. It is just as fine as a spider's web. It's just gorgeous. And there's 2 kinds on it. At least 2 kinds. I'm unwrapping it to see what it's wound up on. And there's quite a bit there. And again, I paid by the pound. And then this one. Oh, I can't wait to use this. And it's all nice and aged. The Prudential has the strength of Gibraltar. Oh, look at this. I wonder what it has inside. Oh, 1937. Oh, this is fun. Oh, I'm super excited. I'm so glad I took that lace off. I'll have to see how I can get this fixed up. That is really, really exciting for me. Okay, so now this is right up there with those quilt patches. I got this old lace too. And there, again, there's a lot on there, but it wasn't wrapped around an old receipt book. Isn't that beautiful? That's gonna look beautiful. Got some other trims in here. Kind of a ruffled trim, some sort of braid, some gold lace, and then there's just these little doodads. Cotton lace. Oh, that's fun. Red and white. Pink and white. Here's some eyelet. Here's some lace with some ribbon. Oh, that's pretty, pink and green. Some more of that ribbon. Oh, it's just a black flower. That's nice. I like that. There's some pink. What's this? This looks particularly grungy. These little daisies, maybe, with red centers. Oh, that's pretty. Little blue flowers, like forget-me-nots. There's some more of that. This is pink. This doesn't look very old, but it's pink trim with some lace. Some more of that. Yuck. And some pink lace. We're just finishing up lace here, and then it'll be all over. I got some more crochet lace. Look at the butterflies on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 butterflies. And these are just like some kind of motifs. I got it for the butterflies, you know I did. And these are strips that are about 16 inches long. There's 2 of those. And then there's this old piece of something. There's 2 of those. I like this color. Oh, this one has some ruffled lace. Blue trim's kind of fun. Look at this. Does that scream 1972 or what? It's kind of a straw color. And oh, I got this. Not necessarily that one, but this one has the reindeer names on it. And this one has Night Before Christmas printed on it. I got 2 of those and 2 of the reindeers. This is red velvet with a gold edge. Oh, this is just a little card. You can put a photo in. It looks like candy, kind of. Oh, and I got this plastic bin. I thought that's going to fit on my shelf perfectly. I like that it's heavy plastic and it's clear, because then I can just see what I'm getting into before I get into it. Why did I buy this? I don't know why I bought this. Certainly wasn't for this. There are some appliques in here. Another applique. And there's some rickrack in there and a little daisy trim. There's actually a lot of rickrack in there. I don't like this. Ooh. Now this is kind of interesting. So that's kind of like that other stuff that I have, but this has blue daisies with red centers. Blech. Yeah, I don't think I'll be keeping that. Well, that's kind of pretty. Alright, so that's all of that. The very, very last thing I want to show you is this big roll of stuff. I have no idea what it is. Two people asked me what it was. It feels like interfacing. And it is about 3.5 inches wide. There's a big roll of it. I think I paid $2 for it. And I was thinking this might be good for reinforcing spines or reinforcing like fabric when making pockets. I don't know. But when I was checking out the woman who was checking me out, she said, "So what is this?" I said, "I have no idea, but I'm never going to find it again." So I have to take it home. So she agreed with my that made a lot of sense. Anyway, this has been a super long video. I hope you found something interesting about it. Let me know what your favorite find was. Was it the vajazzle? But again, I'm super jazzed about this receipt book and this old lace and these little hexagons. Ah, so excited. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.